Hey quintessentials, welcome back. In today's upload, I will be talking about how you can master the world of freelancing during a pandemic. So you are either thinking about becoming a freelancer, or you already are a freelancer and want to find ways in which you can further optimize your service offering, then this is the video for you. So without any waste of time, let's get into it. The first thing you need to think about when deciding to either become a freelancer or optimizing on your service offering as a current freelancer is having a proper understanding of who your target audience is. So you need to know, who are you talking to, what service are you offering them, and obviously how can they benefit from your expertise. This requires research, this requires thinking, and know who your audience is, know who your potential client base could also be, because those are the people that you will need to approach when you are pitching for new business or when you are showcasing and demonstrating your expertise with the aim of acquiring new business or retainer work. The second thing you need to consider when going into this space or this world of freelancing is becoming flexible. So perhaps your background is coming from a professional environment or a corporate environment where you are used to earning a monthly salary, and things have changed recently because of COVID-19. A lot of businesses don't have the big budgets that they had prior to the pandemic. A lot of them have had to let a lot of staff go because of the constraints of the recession. And with the country, South Africa, opening up, and now we're on level 1, things are slowly beginning to open up. So when I say be flexible, be in tune with the current climate, you need to be considerate of what corporates are going through, and you need to find a way in which you can offer support rather than be seen as another company that is there to deplete already very tight budgets. And you need to also be cognizant of your rates, which is my next point, which I'm going to get into. We are now in a new normal, so we don't work the same way that we used to before the pandemic, which is not in itself a bad thing. You need to be open to new ways of doing business. Perhaps you're coming from a corporate position and you are very senior in your position, but I think as a freelancer now, you are representing yourself. You no longer have the weight of an established transnational company or global organization that's backing you up. It's you, it's your CV, it's your qualifications that will speak for you. So you need to keep that in mind when you are pitching. That brings me to my next point of know your rates. Yes, we are in a pandemic. Yes, the budgets are tight as mentioned, but you have to know your rates, and you need to know you need to know how to negotiate. It's very important to know how to negotiate, more specifically at this time, because you don't want to find yourself in a position where you're quoting yourself out of work, but you also don't want to shortchange yourself and find yourself not being able to make ends meet because you are trying to be accommodating. So be realistic, know your budget, have a rate card, let it be a document, a one-pager that is in existence with your services that stipulates this particular service X, this is how much is the cost for service B, this is the cost for service C, this is the cost. You can negotiate with a potential client, but let the costing be there. By giving your clients a ballpark figure, they're able to project and know whether they can afford your services or not. And sometimes it's a matter of offering trade exchanges or barters, but like I said, we're in a pandemic. You can't pay your rate with exposure, you can't pay your rate with barter services. So coin is king at this stage. Don't be afraid to be upfront about how much your rates are, but be flexible and be open to negotiate. Point 4, make sure that you are compliant. As a freelancer, you need to make sure you have the correct documentation, that is required to do business, not just in South Africa, but across the globe. There are various standards and codes of conduct and practice that are followed. I have a video explaining what compliance documents are, where to access them, why they're important. So you can go and view that video if you click here for more information. But it's very important that you have the right documentation, so that is your BEE certificate, your company registration documents. Those are the two key documents that you need. You also need to make sure that your annual returns are up to date. And if you do land up even bidding for tenders, then you most certainly need to have these documents. I highly doubt that you'll be able to get any work without these, unless of course you're working with other entrepreneurs that are also starting up and are also in the process of getting compliant. But even so, get compliant. It's very important. You don't want to lose opportunities because you are not compliant. Right. Next, point number 5 is build a website. This website will speak to your profile, so it should have a well-written CV, it should have your qualifications, it should have your expertise, it should really tell a story about who you are as a person and what it is that you can offer. It needs to demonstrate your skill, it needs to demonstrate your abilities, and it definitely does make one look professional. I also have another video on how to build a website and how to optimize your website on my channel, which is under the digital writing series. So do check that out if you want to optimize your website and hit a higher reach and also make the right impression with your current and even potential clients. So that is very, very key. And your website doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can build a blog style website, a 1-pager, 2-pager, explaining who you are, your offering, and what you can do. And also, if possible, list your track record as well. So some of the organizations that you may have worked for before, that is also gonna put you ahead above the rest. So get that website, and I think you can Google and find free websites that already exist, like Blogspot, or you can build one from scratch. Check Canva. There's a lot of resources online that can assist you in building a website, and once you optimize, then the sky is literally the limit for you. On the point of the website, once you have your own website that you've built, register for a freelance website, whether it's international. I mean, we can never say no to euros or dollars or yin or yang. You know what, let the coins come in. Register on pre-existing freelance website. Complete the online registration. I'm sure some have a minimal fee, but that is another way of securing income. Instead of you actively going out and pitching for new business, this is another way of passively pitching for new business on already existing freelance websites. So do your research in your area of expertise and see how you can further expose yourself to a new client base. Number 6 is networking. It's very, very important that you network. It's difficult to network now because we are still social distancing. We're still on lockdown level 1 in South Africa, but it is very important that you get in with the core group. Find people, your colleagues that you've either worked with before or friends that are in the industry that can help you find new opportunities or can recommend you. I find that most of the work that I get as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, is usually from recommendations. So never underestimate the power of a good network. And networking is always great because you know the people that are, usually it's a vetted process, so you avoid being in situations where you are most likely to be scammed, or you know, people wanting you to work for free, or any kind of manga business. that is minimized because you are working with people that you know. They know your track record, you've proved yourself, your CV speaks for itself, your work ethic speaks for itself. You know them, they are trusted individuals or groups of people. I highly, highly, highly recommend being part of a network. Only limit that network isn't limited specifically to colleagues. Also tap into some clients that you may have worked with before. Give them a call. The country is opening up economically now. The lockdown levels are slowly have lifted. So call up some of your ex-clients and find out how they're doing. They may be going through a tough time and may not be able to give you work at this particular moment. You will be top of mind when other opportunities come up in the near future. So don't be afraid to make those calls, send those emails, have those virtual coffee catch-ups, and see how you can further expand on your network, and where possible, work on building new networks as well. Also tap into social media in this area. So LinkedIn is a great place to meet other professionals. Don't be afraid to get into the DMs professionally, of course, and make your pitch. Be out there. Just be out there. You are your greatest salesperson. So you can't, being shy is not an option. If you can survive COVID-19, you can definitely be brave enough to put yourself out there and pitch for a new business in new and exciting ways. And digital really is the way to go. And it's so simple. The reach is phenomenal. You can reach someone in the US, in Europe, in Africa, wherever you are in the world. So don't be shy to jump in the DMs. And last but not least, you have to persevere. It is tough. It is a pandemic. It's something that we've never been through as a generation. If you can make it through COVID-19, you can make it through anything, I believe. This has been a very tough year for just about everybody, but I do believe that there is a reason why we are here, and we have to learn to be creative. We have to learn to accept the new normal and stop hoping and wishing for things to be the way that they were. They will probably never be the same as they were, and I don't think they should be. This is now the new way of doing business. So let's be adaptable, let's move with the times, and even if the income streams may be tight, things will open up. Like I'm saying, one has to be creative, you have to be open, you have to delve into those networks and find ways of making your coins, making that money. It's important also to save, and even if you can't save, when you do get those checks, the big checks, make sure it lasts for a couple of months so that you are not stranded and in a tight spot. Planning is very important at this time. Saving is very important right now. You fighting to pay and keep up with your debts, and if that's the case, then let it be. Keep up with your debts. Do what you can, and when you do find that relief, then make sure that you are saving and you are putting money aside. But don't give up. Persevere. You will get through this. You've made it this far, and I believe that better days are coming, so let's not lose heart. As somebody who's looking at entering the space of freelancing, things that you need to remember: know your target audience, be flexible. We are in a pandemic. It's not business as usual. In fact, it's business unusual. Be open, be adaptable. Have your compliance documents in check. Make sure everything is legit and is up to date. Build a website. Join a freelance website, and most importantly, don't give up. Persevere. You will make it through. I hope you found these pointers to be helpful. Entering into the world of freelancing is not easy, but it is important to diversify your income stream so that you are living a comfortable life and you're able to meet your goals and are not financially strained. I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment below if you need any more information, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.